Good evening, I'm Manisa. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, RCMP is asking for help in narrowing the timeline of a double homicide in St. Albert from last fall. The UCP is targeting what it says is politics and ideology in Alberta classrooms by introducing new legislation. And a bumpy ride for drivers trying to maneuver potholes on city roads.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nariman Isa.
RCMP believe a St. Albert mother and daughter may have been killed months earlier than initially thought. They're now asking the public for help in the search for 5-month-old Braylee Beasley's remains. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
RCMP initially told media that they believed 23-year-old Ayla Egotic-Learn and her 5-month-old daughter Braylee Beasley were killed in December of 2025. They were last seen by their family in September of that year, and RCMP now say that they believe the mother and daughter may have been killed at that point. They believe that Braylee's body was disposed of in the garbage bins behind me, and they're hoping to find more information about what else has been in those bins over the last few months to try to locate Braylee's remains.
We originally had that more December timeframe, and now we're looking more September to November. And, without narrowing down that more specific timeframe, it makes it very difficult for us to action any intel we have and to push forward with the investigation.
The mayor of St. Albert calls the crime unthinkable and profound, saying the deaths of Egotic-Learn and Beasley, in addition to another recent homicide, is unheard of in the small city. In December, RCMP found the remains of Ayla Egotic-Learn in her St. Albert apartment. In February, her partner and Braylee Beasley's father, Christopher Beasley, was charged with second-degree murder and 2 counts of indignity to a body. None of the accusations against Beasley have been proven in court. Police have been searching for Braylee Beasley's remains. They're planning to search landfill sites once they have more information.
We're hoping that this will help us narrow down that time frame.
RCMP are turning to the public to determine if and when the infant was left in these garbage bins behind me. They're hoping to speak to anyone who may have left large pieces of furniture here between mid-September and mid-November of last year. Information would help them determine exactly what location that garbage was disposed at. Anyone who can help is being asked to call RCMP. In St. Albert, Connor Hogg, CTV News.
The province says it wants to remove politics and ideology from classrooms and keep the focus on fundamentals like reading, math, and science. It's introducing a number of changes to the Education Act to address respect in schools. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti joining us live now at the legislature. And Miriam, what is behind these changes?
Yeah, Nariman, the province says schools shouldn't be spaces where there was, quote, one belief system. The education minister says that students should be learning how to think and not what to think. The amendments would include preventing school boards from taking political or social positions, and it would also protect employees from participating in activities that infringe their beliefs while ensuring students can express their views freely. The minister says students will still learn about politics and ideologies as long as lessons are presented impartially.
Students should be able to explore ideas respectfully, hear different perspectives, and engage in conversation, as long as they follow, of course, the applicable codes of conduct. That's ultimately how we build critical thinking and respectful citizenship.
Bill 25 includes changing diploma exams to an online format next school year. As well, any trustees wanting to run in a federal election would be required to take an unpaid leave of absence. And if passed, the legislation would require schools to get permission to fly flags besides the Canada and Alberta flag. And schools would also be required to play the national anthem once a week. Nariman.
All right, thank you. That's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reporting live from the legislature. The Prime Minister says while the initial deadline will be missed, he's pleased with the progress being made on Ottawa's Memorandum of Understanding with Alberta.
We're continuing to move forward, so there's a lot of momentum. Do I think we're going to announce an agreement tomorrow? No, I don't think we're going to announce an agreement tomorrow, but I feel very good about the progress and the state of the discussions. Thank you.
April 1st was the deadline for 4 items that would help pave the path for a new pipeline. 2 items will miss that mark: the changes to industrial carbon pricing and the development of the Pathways carbon capture project. New analysis from the Pembina Institute says the uncertainty means $40 billion of potential investment is paused. It also points out finalization of the MOU doesn't guarantee a new pipeline, as it still needs a private sector proponent. Now, organizers of a petition calling for Alberta to separate from Canada say they've met the threshold for a province-wide vote. The petition remains open and it has not yet been verified. However, organizers believe they've collected more than 177,000 signatures. That is the number needed to prompt a potential referendum question this fall. The petition closes May 2nd. Elections Alberta will then verify it.
You've got the statutory number, a good buffer, and then we've got another 29 or 30 boxes of completed signature sheets on their way to be delivered and counted. And
now, according to a recent Abacus data poll, Alberta independence remains a minority view. It found 26% of respondents support independence and 68% oppose it. Well, driving around Edmonton this time of year can be challenging as potholes pop up. The city says crews have filled more than 30,000 since the start of January. As CTV's Amanda Anderson reports, some drivers say the work needs to be done faster.
You usually don't have to drive very far before finding a dreaded pothole in your path. Sometimes it's unavoidable, while others manage to navigate around them unscathed.
It's getting pretty bad. I say we have to swerve a lot, like we look like we're kind of drunk, I guess, but we're not.
Driver Christian Lowe has also been swerving a lot lately. He says he almost hit a pothole on 170th Street near West Ed Mall.
The car ahead of me, the whole bottom end of the car just dropped down and bounced back up, and we had to swerve. There was a pothole the size of a manhole cover, and it was probably almost a foot deep.
Since the beginning of the year, the city says it's addressed more than 3,600 complaints to 311 by filling more than 30,000 potholes.
I understand why people own trucks, because, it's a small car, you just punish it to death. And the roads out here.
Potholes brought to the city's attention are prioritized by road type and traffic volume. The size and depth and location of a pothole on the road is also considered. As for the time it takes to fix them, the city tells CTV News high priority locations are inspected within 2 days, fixed within 10 days. Lower priority are inspected within 5 days, repaired within a month. Alleys take a little longer. Potholes there are inspected within 2 weeks and could take up to a year to fix. Work some drivers say takes too long.
If they're big enough or bad enough, people put in complaints, so you have an idea of where they are in the city. It should be a fairly easy task to fill them in. I realize that there's a lot and the city's huge, but you can't have cars all over the city breaking tires, breaking axles.
It's everywhere, right? We go through this every year, I guess, but this year seems to be a little worse.
Drivers can report problem areas to 311.
Wish me luck.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Edmonton Elks have added a Grey Cup champ to their coaching staff. Rick Campbell is joining the team as a coaching analyst. Campbell started his CFL coaching career with the Green and Gold, winning 2 Grey Cups between 1999 and 2008. He won another Grey Cup as the head coach in Ottawa. The Elks are looking to improve on last year's 7-11 record, where they missed the playoffs for a 5th straight season. All right, Josh, so football season still a ways away. We're in pothole season right now, and I know you were talking about the freeze-thaw cycle and how we're going to be in for it this week.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth. Temperatures are going to get a couple of degrees above zero through the afternoons. Then it'll freeze overnight. We're going to add some more snow onto the ground. It looks like chance of flurries tomorrow night. Maybe several centimeters of snow early Thursday. We'll get to that in a little more detail in a moment. It's 3 degrees downtown Edmonton right now. 1's outside the city, with the exception of the airport. 2 degrees at YEG. 5 for your daytime high today. Warmest day we've seen for a while here. And back to average as we close out the month of March. Started the day at -10. I think we'll be slightly cooler than this tomorrow, somewhere around 3 degrees for a daytime high. Here's what it looked like earlier today. Lots of sunshine to start the day, and then the clouds rolled in midday and through this afternoon. CTV Drones brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. No sign of the sun halo on that shot, but look at this one. Thanks to Jackie Goodwin for sending this in from Sherwood Park. We actually saw a couple of these sun halo shots popping up on social media. Just a spectacular sight with those ice crystals in the upper levels of the atmosphere while the sun was out. There's the cloud cover that's rolled in. This will stick around, it looks like, for the rest of tonight. No snow tonight here in the city, but tomorrow evening we'll see a decent chance of some flurries somewhere around 9, 10 o'clock tonight. -8 tomorrow morning, 3 degrees and breezy, with mostly cloudy skies tomorrow afternoon. More on that potential for some heavier snow in parts of the province on Thursday in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Well, coming up next, prairie farmers are given the green light to once again use a pesticide that was previously banned.
It was important that we got this done.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Farmers in Alberta and Saskatchewan can once again use strychnine to kill Richardson's ground squirrels. Now, the federal government has reversed a Trudeau-era decision banning the pesticide. It's available for emergency use until November of next year. Both Alberta and Saskatchewan had been lobbying Ottawa to permit the poison to eliminate Richardson's ground squirrels. Those are commonly called gophers. Alberta's agriculture minister says their recent overpopulation has caused devastating damage for farmers and ranchers.
Seeing that there was infrastructure damage, crop loss, grazing land loss, risk to livestock, it was important that we got this done.
Health Canada's Pest Management Regulatory Agency previously said the risks of strychnine to other wildlife were too high. Now, RJ Sigurdsson says risk mitigation protocols, including training and enforcement, have been put in place to minimize the impact. The Alberta NDP is calling on the province to reverse its decision to lower the income threshold for seniors' benefits. The latest provincial budget dropped the income limit for seniors to qualify by 9%. It means individuals must make $32,000 a year or less to qualify. That is down from $34,000. The cutoff for a couple is now $53,000. That's down from $56,000. The NDP says in the middle of an affordability crisis, it puts even more financial pressure on people with fixed incomes. Some local seniors say they are struggling.
What kind of life will I be living? What being forced to choose between whether to purchase my medications that I need to live or purchase groceries or put a roof over my head.
Now, the change is expected to save the province $23 million. The finance minister previously said it puts Alberta in line with other provinces, and it remains the highest threshold in the country. Now, the province has tabled new legislation that will clearly define what Alberta whiskey is in an effort to grow the local distilling industry. The proposed Alberta Whiskey Act will aim to help producers differentiate their product in a competitive market. To get the label, the whiskey must be made from start to finish using Alberta water and primarily Alberta-grown grains. The minister who tabled the bill says it's timely as the sector is growing steadily. There are currently almost 40 distilleries in the province.
It's time Alberta whiskey gets the recognition it deserves. The Alberta Whiskey Act is about making sure when someone picks up a bottle labeled Alberta whiskey, they know exactly what they're getting. Something made right here.
The Alberta Whiskey Act also marks a first for the province. The bill was written with the help of artificial intelligence. The province says humans got the final say, but some of the research and data entry was done primarily by AI. Ottawa is giving some local businesses money to help deal with tariffs. $7 million is being split between 5 Edmonton-based organizations. That includes $3.5 million for the Alberta Chamber of Commerce. The money comes from the Regional Tariff Response Initiative. The federal government says the money will help expand trade, advance manufacturing, and production growth.
Our province has the industrial strength, the skilled workforce, and the entrepreneurial drive to help Canada compete in a changing world.
The minister says businesses can still apply for help through the RTRI. Well, still to come, a giant leap for space exploration on the eve of the Artemis 2 mission.
The idea is follow-on Artemis missions will pave the way towards future lunar permanent surface operations.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
An Alberta-based doctor and astronaut says tomorrow's Artemis 2 mission is a turning point for Canada and beyond. Dr. Shauna Pania was the first female Canadian commercial astronaut. She says the Artemis is about more than just sending humans to the moon for the first time in decades. She tells Alberta Primetime it's the start of a new era in space travel.
The idea is follow-on Artemis missions will pave the way towards future lunar permanent surface operations. So we're not just going back to the moon, but we're going back to stay with a view towards furthering lunar exploration and then also using the moon as a testbed for Mars.
And Pania says this mission is inspirational to people like her who dream of their own lunar missions.
You going to the moon when they allow you?
You know what? Probably not. I do like staring at the moon. It's weird. I will stare at the moon, but I'm okay looking at it from down here.
All right, there you go. The weather outside today, if you were staring up at the sky and trying to find the moon later on tonight, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of luck because the clouds have rolled in and they're fairly thick. You can see that on the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. It's driven by Action Furnace. Fixed rider, it's free. 3 degrees in Edmonton after a high of 5 earlier today. 2 in Fort McMurray, 0 right now in Grand Prairie and in Red Deer. We had some flurries across parts of northeastern Alberta through the day today. This is all just empty cloud cover sliding through the Edmonton area. As we head through late tomorrow and into Thursday, still some uncertainty with just how much snow we might see here in the Edmonton area. I think it's very likely that we'll get some heavy snow. There will probably be some snowfall warnings in effect in southern Alberta on Thursday, maybe as far north as Red Deer. Here in Edmonton, watch, there's 2 models I want to show you. This is the Canadian model. This is already by late tomorrow. So you get a chance of some flurries in the evening, heavier snow off to the northwest, some heavier snow starting tomorrow night in through the Calgary region, and then driving all the way north through Thursday morning and up until the early afternoon hours, all the way north into the Edmonton area. You see these dark purple zones. Watch this American model, which often performs a little bit better in this sort of situation. There's tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, chance of some flurries or light snow through the western parts of the province in the afternoon, chance of flurries in the Edmonton area in the evening, but a better chance northwest of the city. And then this heaviest snow Thursday morning is from about Red Deer south instead of Edmonton south. And there's a chance of some snow through the first half of the day, but it kind of breaks down in the afternoon. So if the Canadian model pans out, 5 to 10 centimeters is not out of the question. If that American one we just showed you is what actually plays out, then we're going to end up with very little in the way of snowfall accumulation. So come back tomorrow. We'll have a little better handle on this system and how far north that heavier snow is going to stretch. -14 Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, -8 in Grand Prairie, and here at Edmonton, we'll drop to about -10 in Red Deer. A degree or 2 across the northwest tomorrow. There's your snow in through the Grand Prairie, Edson areas. Doesn't look too heavy. 2 for Fort McMurray and about 3 in through the Cold Lake, Lloydminster, Red Deer areas, Jasper at about 4, maybe 5 for a daytime high. We'll get to about 3 tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, chance of flurries in the evening, heavier snow probably off to the northwest of the city. There's a very good chance we'll see some snow through the first half of the day Thursday. The question is how much. Temperatures around +1 for Thursday, and then 6, 8, and 5 for daytime highs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with the chance of some scattered showers for Easter Sunday.
Thank you, Josh. Well, the Oilers will go for 4 in a row tonight when they host the Seattle Kraken. With just 8 games left on the schedule, the Oilers need to string together a longer win streak. They are 4 points back from top in the division and 6 points out of a playoff spot. The players say they like what they are seeing, with their game rounding out at the right time, but they can't let up on the gas.
We're not leaning back thinking we're team to beat or anything like that. We're still a work in progress, and we gotta earn it and show it every night. So you look down, we have 8 games left, but it seems like every game is against a division rival or opponent that are neck and neck with us.
Connor Ingram will start in goal. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. When we return, screen time for Seals.
This also acts as cognitive enrichment. So they're able to choose if they wish to participate in research.
CTV News at 5 continues.
It's time to announce the winners in the 2026 Stars Lottery Alberta. Stars has a mission to provide critical care anywhere it's needed, and they do that thanks to your support. I have Stars Chief Medical Officer Dr. Mark McKenzie with me here. We're going to announce some big winners here in a second, but I know you want to say thanks right off the top.
I do, yeah. Thanks, Josh. Before we announce the winners, I want to thank Albertans everywhere. It is only through your generosity that Stars can be there for patients when needed most, and you have been supporting Stars since the very beginning.
And by supporting Stars through this lottery, you have a chance to win some fantastic prizes, including these grand prize homes. Let's get to the announcements. Are you ready?
I've been really excited to announce the winners here.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, so the Calgary Dream Home goes to Ron Kostick from Thorhill, Alberta.
Congratulations, Ron.
The Edmonton Dream Home, Jeff Callahan from High River.
Hey, Jeff, well done.
The Lethbridge Dream Home, Rena Vandenberg from Condor.
Congratulations, Rena.
And I just can't believe this number. For the Lucky Stars 50-50, it taps out at just under $2.2 million. $2,198,000 goes to Diane Alfieri from Edmonton, Alberta.
Congratulations to Diane. Congratulations to all four of our big winners.
Yep.
Dr. McKenzie, thank you so much.
Thanks, Josh.
Even if you didn't just hear your name announced, you could still be a winner. There are 2,000 prizes in the Stars Lottery, and really, just by purchasing a ticket, you're a winner as well, because when we save lives, everybody wins. Go to ab.starslottery.ca right now to see if you're one of those other winners.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Well, people are spending more time on their screens, and now so are seals at Edmonton Valley Zoo. Researchers are bribing seals like Sophia with fish to use these touch screens. The animals are taught how to tap the screen, then pick which image is the correct one. Researchers are trying to learn how seals process visual information. The study's lead says it's helping our understanding of the animals while helping the seals too.
This also acts as cognitive enrichment. So they're able to choose if they wish to participate in research. They'll be provided the opportunity. If they come over to the screen and choose to engage with it, then they get that cognitive stimulation added to their day.
Now the hope is to move this study to river otters next. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. CTV News continues right now.